Yes, welcome to Altenstein, everybody. And I reckon I'm a pretty good farmer. You might say I'm outstanding in my field. Ha ha ha! Ba-dum-tsh.
Crazy fool.
Now, the reason I am standing out in my field, or outstanding in my field, that was a joke, by the way, everybody. Did you get it? That's the best I can do. So if you're looking for anything better than that, you're going to be out of luck. Anyway, guys, back to the world of the living. I'm out of my field because, as you remember last time, I went ahead and harvested the 4 or 5 fields, I should say, that I have along the roadway here. And they are all done. I finished off this field over here that you can just see in the background over this tree before, and that had soybeans in it. But one thing I was talking about last time was that I wanted to increase the size of these fields by joining up that field and this field. So I went around and did a few tests, and as suspected, it's not going to look very good if I do it. The reason is these particular little bushes here, they are actually pieces of scenery that can't be chopped down. So when I throw the plough through those, the grass changes to a ploughed field, but those plants right there don't change at all. They stay exactly the way they are. And I don't want a big row of bushes right through my fields. And now one thing I could do is go into Giant's editor, the map editing software, and remove all of those, but I don't think I'll do that. I'll just do it the proper way. So with that in mind, I'm going to have to leave these fields separated, but that's all cool. It's not a problem. But one thing I can do is I can join up the field that I'm walking across right now and this other field over here, which at the moment has I keep forgetting, what is it? Sugar beets, that's right. It's only a really small field, and I'm thinking I might just plough it straight up without harvesting it, because if I harvest it, I don't have the equipment to harvest it, and to to have to rent the equipment for such a short amount of time, it just really isn't worth the rent. One thing I could do is maybe plant these fields in sugar beets, but by the time they mature, this field here will probably be withered by that stage. So I think I'm just going to plough straight over the top of that, and I'll look to join up that little bit there with this one here, and that can be my one large field. Anyway, so I do need to go ahead and I'm going to cultivate all these fields every time. I've only got one stage of fertilizer required, so I'm not going to, with that in mind, I've got a bit of time I've saved a bit of time, so I will use that time to cultivate, which adds 10% of productivity or yield. It increases your yield by another 10%. But this particular episode, we're going to do something just a little bit different. One thing I would like to do is start to produce some silage, and I'm going to need to cut some grass to do that. So I've downloaded a mod, and I'm going to go ahead and buy that. Now, I went and did a few jobs for other farmers just to put a little bit of cash in my bank, and as you can see right there, I've got, what have I got, 6,800 euro. And I've gone ahead and downloaded this little mod here, this KPS 5G. And I'm going to buy that. It's only 3,000. It is a very old looking machine, as you will see. So let's go down. I don't have enough money. Oh, did I try to buy it again? You only need one. I only need one of them. So if there it goes there. Let's just jump out and take a look at this. Now this looks like a rusty old piece of crap, but it is actually a nifty machine. And I tell you what, this mod here has been very well put together, and I will link the mod down below in the description. And the way it works is actually really good. It's got quite a wide header on it, and it picks up a decent amount of grass. I've done a little bit of test run with it, and it works really well. And you can actually just attach your forage wagon or your loading wagon on the back here, and easily go and mow some grass and pick it up at the same time. So let's just jump in it here, and I'll get inside it. Inside view, not the map, this one here, and you can check it out. Look at the pitting there on the paintwork. That is pretty cool. And if we look around here, it's a very basic machine, obviously an older machine with just a few levers in here, but I reckon it's going to do a really good job. And here we go here. It's definitely a bit of an old rust bucket. So what I'll do is I'll drive back to my farm and I'll join you in a second. Right, we're back at our farm, and I'm just going to go and hook up our forage wagon or loading wagon to our mower. Here we go. And it pulls it quite easily, actually. That is a cool piece of machinery. Now, I'm just going to have to go and find as much grass as I can. Obviously, I can't mow anything that's any fields that aren't mine. So I'm going to turn on the forage wagon right there. I do need to select this and unfold the mower, which will put the header down, and turn on the mower. And here we go. Let's check this out, guys. What we're going to do is just go up the side of this roadway here. And let's get back far enough. And as you can see, look at that. It goes quite fast, actually. And it saves a lot of time because obviously using normal mowers, you're going to have to mow it, then you have to windrow it to put it in a nice pile, and then you have to run your loading wagon or forage wagon over the top of it, unless of course you decide to hook it onto the back of your windrower or something like that, or use follow me. But in this case here, it's nice and easy. You just got your loading wagon right on the back of your mower, and you can just pick up the grass as you go along. And it's filling up quite nicely there. I'm actually pretty happy with this. It's making quite a few muddy tracks there. I think that might have something to do with either the ground... Oh, it can't be the ground response mod. Maybe it's the mud mod or something like that. Maybe, I can't remember. I did update one of those recently. Yeah, it's very, very cool. Look at this. It is a funky looking machine. There's no doubt about it. It looks a little bit unwieldy. And it looks like as I said before, it looks like a complete rust bucket. But this thing here, I tell you what, it does a pretty good job. So I'll go ahead and just finish off this little bit here. And then I think what we'll do after that is we'll head up over to the... I keep whacking the loading wagon on that back wheel, got to watch that. And then we'll head up to the sheep farm, and there's plenty of grass up there to mow, so I'll be back with you guys in just 2 seconds. And here we are, folks, approaching the sheep farm. This is a bumpy old road, there's no doubt about it. Oh, jeez, look at that. And we'll just move right up into here, and this obviously gives us a ton of grass to work on. And it looks like that this loading wagon must take around about 20,000 litres there or thereabouts. So I think if I can get a couple of trailer loads into the silo and start fermenting it, then that will be quite a nice amount just to be able to look after the cows that I do have there at the moment. Because that's really why I want to put a bit of a stockpile of grass, or silage I should say. It's stockpile of silage. Is really to look after the cows in the first instance. So as you can see there, it's leaving a nice row, and then the forage wagon's picking it up quite nicely. So yeah, I mean, having a nice stockpile just for a start, and I think 30,000 litres will be more than enough in the meantime with the low number of cows I do have over there in my cow shed. That would be just quite nice, and then I can start thinking about perhaps doing some more and putting it over in the biogas plant where we can start selling it. Because in the past, as we've seen with some other save that I did, silage is a really good, quick and easy way to make a bit of money. It's it only takes 8 hours, I believe it is, 8 in-game hours to actually I might not be able to do down here. It might tell me off for being on someone else's field soon, I would say. No, it's not doing it. It's saying, oh, this must be part of my sheep farm right here. So yeah, it only takes 8 hours to ferment it. Then obviously you can sell it straight away to the biogas plant. And it's a really good way just to keep cash flow ticking over, so you can either look to buy more equipment, more animals, or do whatever you want to do. But look, so far I am really loving this mod. It is a cool mod. And look, I have got plenty of grass here to mow. I'm going to be able to fill this up pretty soon. So let's just keep going up the hill here. Who thought mowing grass could be so fun? I did, because I actually enjoy doing it. It's a weird thing. It's one of those things in Farming Simulator that over the last few years I've really enjoyed doing. It's quite therapeutic. I don't know if you agree. What's a favourite part of farming sim that you enjoy doing, everybody? Throw it down in the comments below. Look at this rusty old tractor. Oh, it's doing a sensational job. Anyway, guys, I wouldn't usually show doing the whole thing, but let's almost completed filling this loading wagon, so let's fill it up and let's take it back to the farm, and I'll show you where the silo is. I've actually got 2 silos on my farm that I noticed, and one of them at the moment is somewhat occupied with corn growing through the middle of it, which is a little bit weird. It sort of cuts over the corner of another field. But anyway, the other one is completely clear, so that's the one that will throw this grass in. So we're leaving a nice easy track here to follow. It's not 20,000, it must be 21, is it? Or is it 22,000 even that this loading wagon takes? Here we go, we're getting the beep, must be getting close. Okay, it doesn't look like we're taking any more. Fold that mower up. Okay, from here, let's have a look. There's got to be an easy way to get down to my farm. I can see the roofs of my buildings over there. Bear with me, folks. Let's get down there. Let's get into the driver's seat. Let's cut across this road here. Now, I know we're getting close because that's the cornfield that one of my silos cuts through. I'm not too sure what happened there. Now, I could just drive through the silo. You know, by all rights, I should just be able to drive through that silo right there. But as you can see, we've got corn growing right through the middle of it. So should I go the long way? I think I will go the long way. Actually, no. Actually, that silo should be clear. And it's not. So I'm just going to cheat here a little bit. But I'm going to actually back down through here because it's going to make it easier. The other silo, as you can see, is just over in the distance, just in front of the cows there. So, oh, actually, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit through here. Let's try it out. Nothing ventured. Oh, jeez. Nothing ventured. Nothing gained. Come on, Mace. Sort it out. Alright, so if we just... Oh, Jesus. That is not awesome. We'll get there eventually. Oh, Mace. This is not awesome. This is not awesome backing. Oh, what an absolute shocker. I might have to edit this out. Okay, screw it. When things are too hard, you just take the shortcut. Now, I don't have the crop destruction mod on. These aren't even my crops anyway, so you could argue that I don't care too much. But then again, you should be looking after your neighbours. There we go. I should have gone this way for a start. It's a little bit tricky, actually. What I think I will do here, folks, is I'm just going to drop this here. I'm actually going to use a tractor to back us in. Just this header on the front of this one here just makes life just a bit tricky. So I'll go and grab an implement that is actually designed for backing a trailer. Well, this one here probably is designed, but we all know about my backing skills, or the lack thereof. Right, and now if this doesn't work very well, then we know it's just me, which it is anyway. But here we go. Let's back this into the silo. We'll put it right back at the back. Now, this isn't going to let me dump it, is it? I'm going to have to control-I it. And there we go. And we'll just go forward a little bit just to make it as even as we can. It's not a very big silo at all. Okay. What's happening? Control-I again to close it. And then we will leave this. We'll put this tractor over here. Get back into our mower. And what I'll do, folks, is I'll go away and I'll fill up another load of grass, and then when we come back, we'll look to cover that. We'll cover up the silage, or cover up the chaff, I should say, and look to ferment the silage. So we'll catch you on the other side. Okay, we're back here at the farm, and we'll just drop the loading wagon off there, and let's go and park up our very cool mower. Let's go and park it up somewhere. Not too sure where I'm going to park it. I would usually park it in a shed just to try to prevent things like rusting, for example. But something tells me that we're probably past that with this vehicle. But I've got to say, I really love it. It's been very, very cool. Just a little bit laggy here at the moment. Let's just park it here. It's done very well for me. Thank you very much. Alright, let's get into our tractor here. And we are going to dump off this last little bit of grass. I'm a little bit close here, I think, to the fence, but we'll get away with it, will we? No, we did, but we didn't. We'll dump this off here, and then what we need to do, for those that haven't done silage before, what you do is you learn to back for a start. But the key is to dump your grass off into your silo. Let's control I that. And then you have to compact it down by driving over the top of it. And then you cover it up. And once it's covered up, then you can go ahead and leave it for 8 hours. What am I doing? I'm going to just put this in here out of the road as I drive through my... Is this... Let's see, let's have a look. Hold on, let's look at this field. Whose field is this? It's not actually noted as anyone's field, I don't think. Let's have a look. I'm going to get into here and look at this. Whose field? Oh, that's my field. It is my field. Ha! I did not even notice that. See that there? It's got no number on it. And these ones here didn't have numbers on them, and they were my field. So I think I own this. I've got a... Oh, it's quite a decent sized cornfield. What an absolute shocker. Okay, that's cool. Well, no, not to plant anything in that silo over there anyway. You learn something new every day, folks. Okay, so we're up nice and close here. Let's just get the... So, as you can see, compacting's 1%. We ended up getting 42. I didn't quite fill up that first trailer load. Oh, come on. Didn't quite fill it up. But nonetheless, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to compact this down. So once we... It might just take a while here. We've got quite a bit to do. So I'll join you once I get close to compacting. Okay, we are just about done. Oh, there we go. We are actually done. And what I actually ended up doing, guys, was I grabbed the forage wagon there. And I put it on the back of my tractor and drove over and over the top of that grass. And it helped quite a lot to get it done quite quickly. So here we go here. So what we do is we just press the old R. Boom. And we are blanketed. Let's jump up on our tractor. And so that should take about 8 in-game hours to then ferment, and it will be silage. And you can use silage to for several things. One, to feed the cows directly, just with silage. The second thing is to make power food. So you mix silage with hay and straw to make power food, which is for the cows once again. And the other thing you can use it for is to sell to the biogas plant, which, as I said before, there's quite a decent amount of money to be made. And I just found the shed over here, and I think that's where I'm going to park my mower, I think. Oh, is this my field? I'm not too sure. Anyway, guys, hey, I think I'll leave it there. Hope you really enjoyed this episode. We've got a lot more to do on the farm now that I've realised that I've got another field to harvest, so I'll get that done. But in the meantime, let me know down in the comments what you think about the video and what sort of mods you're using at the moment and what things you enjoy doing in Farming Sim. And I want to say a huge thanks very much for watching. Make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And until next time, take it easy.